So I've tried everything on here for this game, Tower of Fantasy. I went through the settings, I went in here, I made this on post-production original, and you can see that the motion blur is really bad. So a very easy way to alleviate that somewhat is turning it on low. And you can see that helps a little bit, but some of the other things I tried was this, trying to remove the motion blur by going in the engine file, the INI file, and it didn't seem to really help here. So once again, I have it here at the very bottom, and I saved it and I relaunched the game fully, completely closed it out, through Task Manager, all that stuff. And I even tried to add it through game user settings, and I did that before, seeing that it didn't work. And I changed these settings. I changed this to 0, and I tried changing this to 0 and different options, but I can't seem to fully make the motion blur go away. See, whenever you run forward, it does a little bit, and there's still a little bit of motion blur there when you turn the camera. It's not fully gone, so I don't really think there is any way to fully turn off motion blur just yet, but trying these things, making it on low settings is really the best that works, because this doesn't really seem to make much of a difference down here in the engine file. I'll go ahead and show the difference. I will take this away. I'll go ahead and cut it. I'll save it. And then I even saved it as a read-only file. You can see here that it's a read-only file, so this probably won't allow me to actually get rid of it. Yep. I'll go ahead and make that a non-read-only file. Hit OK. And then I will save over it. It's saved over. I'll go ahead and click Save As though, just to prove it. INI file, save, placed. Okay. Now I'll close the game, fully close it. Okay, it's fully closed. And I'll go to Engine, go all the way to the bottom, and you can see that this is here. So I'll go ahead and remove it again, save it, and then I will relaunch the game. Oh, loud. Okay, let's see if we can get in game here, and I'll show you the difference. I hope they do add a setting in game to like fully disable motion blur, because it is kind of rough having motion blur. Not a big fan of it. Alright, you see that motion blur is basically the same whenever I go in, whenever I zoom in, whenever I move around. It's virtually identical. You can see that basically no difference, and I do have it still on low settings, and I'll click it again and show it. And if we go back to the high settings, which original, it's once again really bad. So I'll go back to low once again and show how it looks. Alright, and I will go through the process one more time of Alt F4ing it and fully closing it, making sure that it's closed completely. Going into Engine, going all the way to the bottom, and pasting this in there. I will save it, make sure it's saved, reopen the file, and show that this does not actually fix it. I've seen a bunch of articles on this, and that's why I'm being so deliberate here, and I don't want to like edit anything out and show that this is, you know, the fake or whatever. This doesn't seem to really do anything, because I want to get rid of the motion blur, but it seems like unfortunately can't fully get rid of it. At least not with any methods that I can find online just yet. Alright, so here we are in game, and you can see that Whenever I run forward, motion blur is still there. I move around, there's still a tiny bit, like right there you can see that it blurred up quite a bit. But yeah, I mean, it really makes no difference. So overall, more of the story is change the display settings of post-production to the low setting, and that's really all you can do for now, unfortunately.